Okay, no reporting here allowed, Dwayne. Let me say good morning, Ann. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Myra. And all about the Lord Jesus 2018. Welcome, welcome, and good morning. Let me go down the list. And Terry, good morning. And my friend, good morning. Great Scale, good morning. Yes, I know, Dwayne. Dwayne, I treat you special, and you see what happens. All right, we got Sonia on. It's what time is it there right now? We always do the time.
1:05
All right,
a.m.
1 a.m. there. So Liz had to go to bed. Of course, she's up all night. Sandy is going to bed. Um, Denise is hurting, and Tracy's been hurting all night. And
Oh,
so I think she went to bed about the time that her husband left. So you guys, good morning, Chris. So you guys pray for all these women, the morning women. They're all going
yep,
through a lot of stuff.
yep.
Yes, yesterday was my stuff. I was hurting and I couldn't be here, but um, and then Sonia's going through some stuff and needs huge prayers, huge,
Yep,
huge prayers. Um,
yep.
there's a lot she won't be able to, discuss on here, but she does need it. I'll put it that way.
I do.
Um,
Morning, Chris.
I'm trying to. Uh, no, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry, you guys. Hey, Michelle. Good morning. Thank you, Anne. And it's. I still go back to that same meme or whatever, not meme, but my thumbnail of how about 2020 was going to be the best year ever.
Yep.
Yes, all right, let me get Chris on here. But it's still, look, it's still going to be good. Uh-oh, Dwayne's saying something while I'm doing all this. I know he is.
Yeah.
Hey, darling B. Good morning, Elizabeth. Let me see what. Oh my gosh, if we're getting mental health advice from Dwayne, look, he's blinded after this morning. Oh, you guys, Elizabeth, my goddaughter in here, Elizabeth, her daddy is in ICU on a vent.
Oh,
Um, my goodness, Elizabeth. You know, heads bowed unless you drive. And let me get Chris in here, but I got to say a prayer. One moment, Chris, got to say a prayer. Lord, I pray for each of these our morning girls that are having their issues with their health and their pain at night. They can't sleep. Lord, I pray for them. I pray for Ken Adams, Lord, that is Elizabeth's daddy. I pray for him right now, Lord, as he is in ICU on a ventilator. Lord, I just pray for healing. And Lord, everybody else that I pray for Sonia and her circumstances.
uh-huh.
And Denise is hurting so bad this morning. I just pray for everybody that is in need. And there are so many people that have losses this year. And Lord, there's people that have had grandchildren this year. But Lord, I pray for the needs out there. And I
Yep.
pray that, Lord, you give us the chance to have a channel like this. In your name, amen. And I'm
Amen.
so sorry. Please keep me updated, Elizabeth, please.
Mm.
Yes, I'm so
Oh, oh,
sorry. I had my You don't forget San Juana's family. My head's all
Yeah.
over the place this morning, Darlene B. But yes, she was our shining light in the chats, our shining light. And for anybody, you'd see her on here and she'd put all the emojis and she'd put, I'm going to dialysis now, or um, I've got to leave now. But she was always full of light. Um,
And here's you guys' little furry friend.
oh, and that's what we need this morning. She's always so shiny and clean.
Oh, look at that face.
I know. She got a snarl this morning. Good morning,
Mm.
Leticia.
I know you guys always see her nice and like shiny.
Dwayne, I wish it was just $25. Do a video.
Yeah, that'd be cheap.
Oh, Leticia, you did not know that. Oh my goodness.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, there's Monique. What happened to her?
Oh, Monique she is somewhere out here. She left a message this morning, so she's with us. I promise she's with us. If I can find which of these is the right one to click on. Okay, this one. Monique. Oh, I hate to hear myself. Yeah, Dwayne, when it's time for my doctor visit, they tell me, okay, we're going to video chat with you. It doesn't take but 5 minutes and $45. So 5 minutes. See, you are.
Mm.
Leticia, I don't know if anybody knows. Darlene, have you heard? Was it complications from her dialysis? I don't know.
Oh, Justin.
Yeah.
I don't know, Leticia. I look back on her Facebook. Girl, good morning, Pronini. Good morning. And she was posting positive stuff. And then all of a sudden her son said she passed away the day after Halloween. So
Oh, wow.
so I don't know. But you know what? The best thing is I know where she's at. We know. Um
No,
and for, and for some reason I don't know. It's not a sadness. It is a sadness that it's a sadness that she's not here with her light for us, but she is in a better place. She's going to have a glorified body, and that's the way I have to look at it.
Yeah.
But yes, Leticia, she was always so lovable.
Yep.
This one always likes to come up.
Oh, look at her. She's going to be a YouTube star. Look at that baby.
She's so cute, isn't she?
And I tell people she loved Snoopy.
Yeah.
Dwayne, that's right. You guys, good morning, Monique. So you heard Chris asking about you. Dwayne is correct. He's not teasing. He really, if anybody ever needed anything, you can get, Dwayne is always there.
Yep.
He is always there.
Keep me, in my family, you guys' prayers, because tomorrow's my ultrasound.
Oh, yes, most definitely. Most definitely.
Thursday, I have my stress echo.
I was trying to figure out what's going on with my liver to see if there's any problem with it.
We're praying for it's going to come back fine. That's
Yeah.
what we believe in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, some people will have what they call a fatty liver, which just means that you eat greasy food sometimes, or sweets. A friend of mine would get it every time she's pregnant, so she would have to back off anything fried and stuff like that. So,
Yep. And
and it,
processed food.
yeah, and it's painful. Yes, Leticia, we are most definitely going to miss her. I'll never be able to look at Snoopy again without thinking of. No, I didn't call you a fatty liver. You're chopped liver. I keep saying
Did he thought you call him fat?
yes. I don't say that F word. I come across this, don't even know where I got it from,
Oh, cool.
but it says friendship is a very comforting sort of thing. And I might have got it from my friend when I worked in the mill with them. And he gave me a whole set of these ink pens that if you push down on them to write, the little tops of them flip flopped, and it was every one of the characters of Winnie the Pooh. And he it's like he passed 1 month, but it took 4 months before somebody made funeral arrangements. And I'm like, that how sad that I didn't know that had happened. I was really, really out of the loop, but nobody knew.
Yeah.
But I keep that to remember that friendship that I had with them.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but so I'll have to find me a Snoopy. So that will be my.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get you a little tired this morning, aren't you, Jasmine?
Oh, well, Myra,
Oh,
we will most definitely keep you in our prayers today too. Um,
Yeah.
you know, I didn't lose a husband when I divorced the first time. I lost a sister-in-law. I lost a sister. I thought of her as, and 34 years later, which was last year, I got the news that she didn't have long to live because she had cancer, which upset me even more because I felt all that lost time. But it was
Yeah.
hard. How do you integrate, keep your like a sister-in-law close when her brother gave away his child. He even adopted Tiffany. So how do you stay in contact with, so we didn't stay in contact. She said she did that to protect, me. She said, I couldn't protect you when you were married, but I can protect Tiffany. And that's
Yeah.
what she did. She kept a distance to protect Tiffany from
that's just.
that side of the family. But so Myra, in saying all that, you do think about it. You do think about stuff like that.
Just how am I supposed to see if
And
you,
it is unavoidable. You
Jasmine?
you you just think about it.
Jasmine? I'm supposed to see if you're taking the view. She likes to steal the spotlight.
Of course. Just look at her. She's so shiny and so black and just like and got on the
It's because we have the sunlight push on her. That's why she's shining. And now she's laying down my pillow. She's tired.
So yeah. So see, Myra, I understand. My mother-in-law was good to me while I was there. I took Tiffany when she was a baby and visited her. I would send her pictures of Tiffany while Tiffany was in school, and I'd take those pictures to her. But I did that for her for a few years, and I just stopped because, they knew where I lived, and if they wanted to come see, they could have. But, I seen her out one time, and she just said it's easier if she just has if her MawMaw is just her MawMaw, it's easier to explain that way. So I'm like, well, okay. So, so then I kept my distance. I think it was better for Kevin too. I really feel like the only person that Tiffany missed out on was my sister-in-law, Lynn, a very sweet and loving young lady or young girl when I met her, and she grew up to be a very sweet and loving wife and mother and grandmother. What is it? You're cold?
Letitia, yeah, I'm hanging in there. Things are still pretty rough.
And look, when you're going through some things, you can't she needs your address. Leticia, are you and Leticia connected on Facebook, Sonia?
I'm not sure.
Leticia, find Sonia, or go to mine, my friends, and find Sonia. Because yes, Sonia needs some friends right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Sonia, if you send it to me, I'll send it to Leticia.
Okay. If you can find me on Facebook, I'm happy for you to add me as well.
But oh, okay. Well, good. We all need to know that there's somebody out there praying for us.
Yeah.
Believe me, before I had all of you guys here, there was Lynn, Pronini, Dwayne, Darlene B,
I just
a lot of you out there.
Yeah. I sent Sonia a friend request on Facebook. I went to your Facebook page and I sent her a friend request.
All right.
Okay. Let me have a look.
Tony, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
I got docked on my pay grayscale. I saw you in there. I got docked on my pay because I was late, and some rat ratted me out to HR. So I'm just saying, I just don't even know who that person was, that ratted me out to HR, but Sonia's last name. Sonia, what's your last name on Facebook?
Hill, Hill.
Yeah.
Did you get my
Picture
request,
of
Sonia?
me. Yeah, I just accepted it, Chris. It's a picture of me and my husband on our wedding day.
And I know. Oh, Pronini, human resources.
Yes.
Human resources, like if I was really working. You know how some people go to human resources and tell on you? Yeah. I don't think I had to go that route. Lynn, Dwayne's being Dwayne.
Well, I knew there'd be a comment somewhere.
He's being himself, isn't he?
He is. That's what we love him for.
Does he like to tell jokes sometimes?
Oh, Darlene B said his name is Kevin. Not Kevin this time. Not Kevin this time. My little brother, my little redheaded brother, that I still have to sit down and sketch before I do anything else. I got to get that thought out of my head of the alien on his motorcycle with the spaceship beaming down on it. Oh,
No.
oh,
This little princess right here, she puts a smile on you guys' faces. She always does.
oh, Tony.
Aww. That's sad.
Oh,
We're going to pray
Uh-oh.
for you and your extended family. I mean,
yeah.
You have my family in your prayers, okay? That's sad to see someone in the family die from something.
Yeah.
She froze?
No. Or maybe.
I think she is.
Yeah.
Because she's not moving. She's like,
oh, and my froze again.
Yep. And this time your mouth is open.
Okay.
just like the other day, she was frozen, her mouth was open.
No, her mouth was closed the other day, but yeah.
And then today it was open.
Mm.
But that's sad to see someone in the
Yeah.
family die from something, especially with COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah, your mouth was open in the picture.
oh, I don't like to be caught like that.
Oh, thank
You
you,
know-
Letitia.
You know, Tony, that's why people that says that that's not real, it irritates me when they say that, because I had a whole group of my family that live way out in the country. One caught it, but because they're so tight knit around each other all the time, it's like they had to go, all of them had to go through to be tested and quarantined and stuff like that. So I don't like hearing anybody say it's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lynn,
And
real as
the
day.
test isn't nice.
And I don't know what virus I had in December, and then it hit me again. But I'm gonna tell you, yeah, in December we all had it, and except for MawMaw. And I tell you what, and this the last thing I had was about the same. I don't if they tested me 3 times and said I didn't have it, I could not imagine having the full blown. Yeah, Monique, I really did, and it seems like now every time every time now that I do get sick, it's like it doesn't take a whole lot to start getting my upper respiratory problem.
Mm.
Oh, thank
Yes,
God
that's
you
right.
did. Thank God you did, Grayscale. When I was working, there was this chemical stuff for some reason. Okay, all right, Elizabeth, just let me know. I love you. I love you, baby. Everybody keep those prayers going.
Yep.
Okay. Bless her heart. She has always had to be, she always took care of her daddy after my friend and her daddy got divorced. She always, and she took care of her daddy as a child. She took care of her little sister. She was, she was like a little mama, and had a lot put on her at such a young age. I mean, elementary age. So, you guys keep my Elizabeth in your prayers and her daddy. But when I was working, these people decided, number one, to clean the where we worked in the conferencing center, to cut down on sound. The walls had they had carpet squares, where they had carpet on the walls, so that way it buffered the sound. Not
Okay.
like shag carpet, but
Yep.
Hey Neville, good morning.
Morning,
But
Neville.
they decided to clean, and they decided to glue in other carpet squares. I came in, and beknownst to me, when I came in the building, there was some fans going, and the third shift wasn't there, but I thought some was up there, and I just come in my regular spot, and I checked my schedule, and I started doing what I do every morning, and I started feeling weird. By the time I went in there to make coffee, I'm standing there like I do now, but not then, looking at it like, why don't I know what do I do next? Well, I was high. I'm saying the fumes got me. And I did not realize it because nobody told me not to go in the building.
Yeah.
There was a note, the third shift was down there, but none telling me not to go in. I go in and I'm sitting in there at least an hour, and I'm feeling weird when everybody else starts coming in and getting sick. Oh, hey, my Diana Brianna. I always forget to ask people to share me out. I always forget. It's been sad this morning. But I had to go to the ER. There was over 60 something. They had to divide everybody that got sick to go to 3 different hospitals in the area.
Wow.
So
That's full on.
I know, Dwayne, but there was the I forget what the chemicals were, but I heard the police, I heard the people, no, the ones that pick people up, the ambulance, yeah, EMT people talking about it, and they were saying what the combination was. Well, there was 2 guys found around that time in we call it Valley Haven. It is for mentally people that handicapped people. I know, I'm telling you, Dwayne, it really did affect me. So they found these 2 men that was deceased, trying to pick my words, because of that chemical.
Yep.
So by the time they came in, that was the exact same chemical. And really, Dwayne, it messed up my sinuses and stuff, and probably my lungs too. It might be why that the least little thing, I get an upper respiratory infection now. But it was on the news and everything. But they only claim that one person got it because she got a lawsuit because they fired her because she ran out of PTO because of that issue.
Yeah.
And she told me later, she said, I wish I'd known you had that back then, because you could have went in with me to court. But, yeah, like Casey said, they should have done a class action back then.
Yeah.
But everybody else, good old workers come right back, and I went right back too. But yeah, at the time our pool was up and going. I had problems. I can remember going in the pool to get my pool supplies. And it was like I couldn't be in there long. I started feeling weird and had to come out. And I had a tooth done, and I always got gas. But that one time scared me. because it just felt like somebody took a jackhammer to the top of my head. So really, Dwayne, it really could be what is wrong that they can't figure out. Why I sometimes almost pass out and get this. Casey could explain the look. He knows the look. But I really didn't do that until after all that. Yeah, but Lynn, workplaces are different now than they used to be. All right, you guys, I wouldn't be looking at this unless I was okay.
Yeah.
Because of Michelle's a sister. Okay. I wanted to
It is a scary thought that you could get sick from your workplace.
a lot of people did, but then it was just little by little. I started getting to where I couldn't remember things at work or how to do things, the functional things that I needed.
Mm.
And that got scary. I had to ask my friend, little things. I'd stand up and I'd whisper to her because they split us up. And she knew I was struggling the last year, but God put me around people that I could ask, and I would tell them, I know this is so stupid, but could you tell me how to do this? And they blamed it on the medication, but I'm telling you.
Mm. Well, one of the things that with the mold toxicity, you forget words and sentences, and you're standing there and trying to get a sentence out, and it comes out completely wrong, or the words are not there. So I understand how you feel when you're trying to get a sentence out and you can't remember the word.
One young lady that sat by me, they always would have one seat between us. So if we had a call to do and we had to have a person on that call with us, they would sit in that extra seat. So it was always a seat. There was always an extra seat between us. That morning, I talked to her. I asked her stuff, and I didn't think about it. And then later that day, I was headed to what they call court call. And because that was a different place, I had to get up and actually move from my position. And I said, "Good morning, Janika." I said, "How you doing today?" And she looked at me. She said, "Miss Darlene, what you talking about?" I said, "Well, good morning." She said, "I've been here all morning. You done talk to me." And you guys, it scared me. My anxiety, my chest got to going fast.
Mm.
And I got this, must have had this look. And she was like, "Miss Darlene, are you okay?" She said, you really forgot that you ain't talked to me today." And I said, "Yeah." And the worst place to go when you got high anxiety would be to go to court call, because you are connecting a lawyer with the judge. Good morning, Judy. And I went over there, and I mean, my head was woo, and I was thinking, "Oh, please don't mess up, please," because that you'd get fired real quick. But yes, it bothered me that I felt like I lost a half a day.
Yeah.
MawMaw? Okay, MawMaw must have. Are you still watching? If you're not, it's okay. If you're not watching, okay, MawMaw, you guys can all say hey to MawMaw. She can't type. but she
Hey, Mama.
watched the chat. But
Yeah, no, that and it makes you feel like you've lost half a day, or you've lost a few hours, and it's like, well, what have I done in those hours? And that causes anxiety in itself.
yeah. But see, that's why I'm here. Sometimes I'm not being silly. Sometimes I cover it up with silliness, but it bothers me even doing something like this. It's easier if I have. Oh, everybody send you some love, MawMaw. She probably fell asleep in her chair. What she did. Probably fell asleep. But if I have anybody on here, or some people in that know me so well in the chat will throw out what I'm trying to say because they've been around me so long. But I can run into somebody that I work with, and if some people understand, but if it's somebody that I haven't seen in a long time and I start forgetting my words, I'm like, oh my gosh. They're gonna think, I don't know what they're going to think.
And the more anxiety that comes with it, the worse it becomes.
Yeah, Neville.
Mm.
And yesterday, oh, good. Judy said they got to visit last night. That's good, Judy. She says she's sitting here listening to y'all. She says y'all, I don't. But yesterday I had, after I forget what time it was, I woke up yesterday with my back hurting, but we did a girl call, is what I call it. Where I didn't feel like sitting up nothing on the computer, and I didn't feel good, but at least that I did get to see Sonia and Monique and Denise. Because sometimes it's easier just that way for us to know exactly what was going on with Sonia that can't be told publicly.
Yeah.
But afterwards, I don't know what happened. My whole body just decided. It just decided, look, we're not doing nothing. And I felt like my bed just sunk me in. And I knew this needed to be done and that needed to be done. And I could think of all that stuff. But I absolutely just felt like I couldn't move. And I fell asleep. And when Kevin got home, I felt like I had shooting pains in the top of my feet and my hands at the same time. So it had to be fibro, I think, to have having shooting pains like that in multiple places at the same time. It has, there she is. See, she could talk to text. Talk to text, yeah. But I told Casey, I said, look, I know what stigmata is, but I said, how in the world am I having shooting pains through my hands and the top of my feet at the same time? But I had to apologize for not cooking. Kevin went in there and cooked for herself after working hard all day, and that made me feel bad. But there's some days that it's like I can't do anything.
It's where I really like my slow cooker, because I can just chuck it in there, and if I feel I'm not able to do any more to it, then whoever's up and about can just like maybe add the rice or add something else to it. The most part of it's done. And like, I think I got out of bed yesterday or this morning, probably about 10:45. I'm normally up at 8:30. Yeah. So when you've been knocked around emotionally and physically, and you're not feeling well as well, it is hard to get up and do everyday things.
Yeah. And you right now, you're dealing with detoxing from the mold, and they're checking your
Yeah,
heart, and
yeah,
you're being gone through the ringer. So physically, you're sick, but also it makes it worse when you go through the emotional things.
yeah, yeah. Definitely. And then when if you're emotionally, if you're physically okay, emotionally, it's a lot easier to deal with. But with the both of them together, it's a bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah, this last time when Tiffany left on a Sunday, it was like it always takes oh, and I was even a mess in my 20s. Yes. MawMaw tells me now, thank you for doing what you do. I said, look, you took this little old girl off the street, basically, um, and offered her a place to live if she needed it. But how many times, MawMaw, did you feed me before I was your daughter-in-law? So any and everything I do for MawMaw is because I love her, and Casey has been taking extra TLC with his MawMaw. Mostly
Yeah,
spending time with her. Like, he don't just throw her medicines in her mouth and throw her in the bed. I offered to do that. I told him, I said, let's take this and just see if we can wring MawMaw's mouth. Um, but he does it. He does. He gets her up and he fixes her breakfast and he fixes her lunch and he fixes her supper and gets her in the bed at night. And I hear them back there laughing and stuff like that. So, um,
yeah,
Mama, you just do for kindness. And there's some people out there that won't take care of their elder loved ones,
yeah,
and it's bad. But yeah, it took after Tiffany left, it took me and Casey 3 days. I absolutely, my whole body will um, be so mentally exhausted.
yeah,
It does it to both of us.
yeah,
Absolutely, we can't help it. It physically brings us down each time.
yeah,
Each, every time she'd move in and then leave, it just does that. Um, So I can't help it. It's not something I can help. That's something that happens with me and Casey both.
it's quite emotional. And it has a physical toll on your body. Um, yeah,
And I've noticed you can either, with being that way, your body can either lose weight, like you have lost a lot of weight, Sonia,
yeah. I've lost about 10 kilos.
or you can pack
Put it
some
on.
on, like I've done. Um,
Yeah,
I think it's my cream cheese craving. I'm serious. Nobody should have lunch and breakfast consisting of a little thing of whole cream cheese. I
cream cheese is
know,
pretty good though.
but a whole brick, the whole brick, the whole little thing, it comes in the foil wrapped up,
Yeah,
and yeah, I just open it up and go at it with some Ritz, and that'll be. And I had that right before Kevin got home last night when I woke up, and yesterday that was my supper. Got hungry a little bit later, and I was going to do me a pizza, so I put one of them little old pizzas in the oven. I said, Casey, how long do you put it on? So he set it for me. I thought, let me jump in the shower. So I jump in the shower. I come out, and I'm like, okay, it's cool. It's still cooking. I can load the dishwasher. I loaded the dishwasher and I'm like, well, it's still cooking. Casey come in there. He said, Mom, I think the pizza's way done. I'm like, Well, the thing didn't go on. And when we looked at that pizza, you guys, I'm like, I don't know. And he was laughing and poking at it. And I'm like, I figured it was just going to crumble when he poked at it. And, and I'm like, I don't know. So I bit off of it and I'm like, crunch. I was just standing there just trying to. And he laughed and he pulled a piece off and we got laughing about the pizza. He even said, well, let me see. I might want it. And no. And then MawMaw said, well, I might want it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if he fed it to the dog or what. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to bed. I don't even
Did it turn into leather? Crunchy leather?
Yes. Well, Casey's this morning, some people eat, but Casey said, Mom, it looks like those pictures you see of the satanic book that's made of that the claim is made of human skin. That's what that looks like. And I said, ooh, Casey, if I was dressing up, all I'd have to do is take a piece of it and glue it to the side of my face and build up from there.
Yeah.
Leatherface, yes. I could really have taken that pizza and glued it to my face, Oh yeah, we think weird stuff like that, you guys.
Oh no, that's the sort of thing I would be thinking of.
Yeah. So I didn't want pizza after that. I'm like, shrunken heads. Yeah, Dwayne. Look, there is this. Okay, Grayscale, you might know who it is. In Creasy's art world, I'll put it that way. Creasy's art world, Creasy Canvas. Oh my goodness! One of the artists. He works with pastels, soft pastels, and done all the creepy stuff for October. I love his work. I'm on Facebook with him now, but I got to read his bio, question and answer bio about him yesterday. But he explained he in there it explained where he gets his ideas and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I'm not by myself with that because he does what comes up here and he like we were not FaceTiming, but messaging each other. He said, he has the regular stuff that comes up here, but then he has the dark stuff. I said, yeah, I love the creepy. I love what some people call creepy, but I love some would call that's dark art. It's all is scary people walking in the fog and stuff like that. That's just creepy. But like I told him, I said that's what, like you said, Sonia, that stuff that can't help.
Yeah.
Oh, Siyosa, good morning. Good morning, Siyosa. It has been a while. It has been a while, Siyosa. Look, now, how have you been? Were you able to go back to work? I have to ask everything, everything at the same time. Oh, and Willow, good morning.
Morning, Willow.
But Tony, I put in there, I said, I can tell by looking at the artwork, which is Creasy's, which is Ian's, and which is Tony's. I said, because I said, Creasy's make me laugh sometimes, and Grayscale's makes me smile, and Ian's sometimes makes me cry. But I told him that Ian did a water painting of me in my blue hat. But it's not a bad thing that Ian's some of his artwork hits me right in the chest. It was because of when Tiffany was still out there and I didn't know where she was at. Anytime she would, anytime he would do the pictures that looked like a girl looking out the window, I thought of my daughter, and every time it hit me in my chest.
Mm.
Okay. Yes, ma'am, Siosa.
Yep.
Siosa, I didn't know if you knew that our San Juana passed. I don't know if everybody knows that by now, but we lost our San Juana. And I'm pretty sure you know who that is. Oh, you guys, I'm tired. I don't know what's wrong with me today. I'm just tired. She's not. Oh, I'm telling you. We don't know Siosa, but it happened. I think her son said the day after Halloween. But the way I look at it is that she has her glorified body, or at least, she will. I mean, I think we fall asleep one moment and the next moment we wake up in glory. Now, other people might think of things different, but that's the way I see it. Because days, and time is not the same for God as it is for us. So that's the way.
Yep.
Thank you so much. That is the way I look at it. And it's sort of like when you have surgery, and they put the mask on you, you fall asleep, you wake up, and you don't know. There was no time. It could be 3 hours later, but to you it feels like you just closed your eyes. Yes. And that's how I look at it.
Yeah.
So she is going to have that glorified body, and her kidneys are perfect. No more kidney dialysis for her. But she always gave her light out. Always. She would ask for prayer for the other people at dialysis. She would always do that. She would not say, "Will you pray for me while I go to dialysis?" She never said that. But she would ask for prayer for some of the people at dialysis. So she was, she reminded me a lot of Denise. Well, when I first met Denise, when she first started coming in, I'd see her in different chats, and then she started coming in mine. The two of them could shine their light, even just in the chat.
Yep.
So, yes, so we've been kind of out of touch, but I did want to let you know that. And there's been a lot of loss this year.
Yes.
Oh, Darlene, have you taken pictures of your babies born yesterday? Pictures. I like to see pictures.
I think she might have put a couple on Facebook.
Okay, she said, yep. Okay, then. Love you, Darlene. Oh, the strawberry jelly, honey. I hope she still hears. That it ain't only cream cheese putting these cheeks on me. I've been taking, Eggo waffles aren't that many. If you just eat two Eggo waffles. The calories ain't bad. I have to put that butter and been using that strawberry jelly from Darlene B. And then it just runs out everywhere. And then I'm sitting there with my finger and I lick the plate. I lick the little old paper plate too. Make sure my hair's not in it. And then I'm just licking the plate and Bailey's looking at me with these big old puppy dog eyes like, where's mine? And I look at her, I said, I'm sorry you didn't get none of this. But oh my gosh, you guys, that woman can do it all. I'm glad she's married because my husband would probably leave me for that woman. I mean, she does it all. But yes, I just had to give her kudos about that strawberry jelly. I saw the blackberry and I'm gonna finish off the strawberry. Darling B, I'll have to send you a special picture, I guess. A special picture I took this morning. I'll send it to you so you can see all this. And yes, it's because you're jellies and jams.
Homemade canned jelly and jam is pretty good though.
Yes. I thought
Especially if the products are homegrown.
I always like Smucker's jam. But oh my gosh, Darlene B's was so good. I miss it a little bit. I'm out of my goat soap. I'm missing my sweet pea smelling goat soap. My skin's all itchy. I'm having to use the other stuff, that's in there. And I'm like, no, I'm itchy.
I can't use soap.
Would you?
There's some chemicals they put in it or something. It just makes me react. But goat soap is good.
Yeah. Did you ever make goat soap with your goats?
No, because mine were male and weathered.
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Well, I could try, but it mightn't work out very well.
Yeah. No.
But when we do eventually, the plan is when we do eventually have the land or are able to hire some land to get some female goats, because my 16-year-old can't drink normal cow's milk, but she can drink goat milk.
What is a Cajun pizza? Okay, muscadine. What are muscadine?
I've never heard of that.
You would have to Google muscadine and then you'll see. Because in the South, it's something I know what you're laughing at. But if you really, all right. Muscadine. All right. The thing of it is, the reason I said you'd have to Google it because different names for different things. There's muscadine, scuppidine. I don't know how they say the other one. But they're not grapes. They have a tough exterior, and then they're sweet in the middle. But some people don't like it. Okay, so Darlene calls it a wild grape.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep.
Muscadine wine is the best wine.
Yeah, I think I know what they are now.
Yeah, and then the inside, some people don't like the inside because it's gooey, not really gooey, but the same reason I don't like oysters, but I like them. I used to, it has a different consistency. Yeah, I know, Dwayne. I have some. She sent some to us. And it is in our refrigerator. And because my medicines, Casey said, Mama, you can't drink that. I said, but no, I'll go in there sometimes and take me a sip just a sip out the bottle and then put it back in there. Just a taste, But yes, she did a great job. All
Yeah,
right,
I had one of my kids on goat's milk formula, and she can't stand. My oldest can't stand the smell of it. The same as soy; she can't stand the smell of soy either.
I don't like soy milk.
No, it's gross.
Oh wow, that's amazing, Willow. Thank you. I know, Dwayne. You know good and well. You can ship. I think you can ship a bottle of wine to somebody. Look, Willowpedia. Let me tell you who used to be
Oh
great.
wow!
Who would be great with the facts? Myra. Woo, Myra used to be lightning fast. Thank you, Willow. But rice milk. I've heard of rice milk too.
That's actually not bad.
See, they told me after my hysterectomy to try. You could try. They told me to try soy milk would be good
Oof,
for because of
yep.
not because of hormones or whatever. But no, I tried it. No, I can't.
I wouldn't be drinking soy milk anyway. You don't know what they spray the soybeans with.
Let me see, Dwayne. Okay, you cannot send a bottle of wine, but you can send a decorative bottle with contents.
Mm,
Gotcha.
I wondered that.
Now it's weird. Oh, allergic to celery. Oh, I love celery.
I
And
can't swallow it. I can chew it, but once I go to swallow it, it gets stuck in my throat, and my body says, "Yep, no, you're not swallowing that."
okay, soy. So I didn't like soy milk, but the soy, like you could just eat the soybeans. How they'll do soybeans like peanuts, and you could get a bag and
Mm.
eat them like that. Yeah, I can eat them.
My oldest daughter, she had really bad reflux. That's why we put her on soy. And then this just she didn't do very well with soy, so then we put her on the goat's milk. But she used to do the Exodus and never get any of it on her. It was always a person standing in front of her. The goat soap itself is really good.
I'm still reading Wikipedia.
Yeah, me too.
Now, my daughter, it took about 3 milks when she was born. Took about 3 different things within the first 2 weeks of her being born before we could find something um, for her to be able to work with her. But it wasn't that hard to find something for Casey as far as milk, and neither one of them has milk allergies. But Tiffany has allergy to shrimp because I couldn't eat shrimp when I was pregnant with her. But with her, she can't. She gets itchy. She didn't think nothing about it every time she'd eat shrimp because she loves it. That the top of her mouth would get itchy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, my oldest daughter, like, she wasn't so much allergic to milk products, but the reflux was her silent reflux was an issue. But we didn't realize Jessica, my 16-year-old, was lactose intolerant until she was about 2. And because she was 5.5 weeks early, I couldn't feed her myself. I had to put it in a bottle. And that would have been the main reason why she had so many issues as a young kid, because we just had no idea she was lactose intolerant.
I don't think they talked about it as much. They didn't have the term
Yeah,
that, I don't think, when I had even when I had my kids.
yeah,
But Tiffany had a bad reaction to, she had one of those dye where they did the contrast dye one
yeah,
time, and they come back in there and they said, does she have allergies? Because she just had a bad allergy experience. So they had to bring her back in and give her some, they had to give her something sort of like Benadryl drip.
yeah,
And so I said, like, what? And they got naming different things. And I said, well, when she eats shrimp, she said it makes her mouth itchy. And they said, oh, then they said, you're allergic to shellfish.
yeah,
And he told her, he said, never eat shrimp again. And, she said, why? She said, it's not bad. They said, it might not be bad, you think, but it doesn't take but one time for you to go into anaphylactic shock, if I
yep,
said it.
yeah,
So she has to let them know if she has to have dye contrast run, she has to let them know what that, she's allergic to.
mm. Yeah. My dad's has severe reactions and to a lot of preservatives and pre-heated food, like with anti-flagell, and he has to have a medication that he takes with him everywhere he goes.
I'm still reading Willow, but I'm reading from bottom
Yep.
to up. We got on food. Let's start talking about that jelly. When I get off
We
here,
always talk about food.
when I get off here, I know what my breakfast again is going to be. It's not going to be it's not going to be the cheese, but it's going to be me flopping two of them together, Eggos together with some doggone Darlene jelly in it. I like jam. Kevin likes jelly. He would get so mad. I thought it was the same. I like jam because it's thicker. And he would get mad if it was jam and not jelly. So I buy the ratio of 1 jam to 3 jellies for the rest of the house. Hey, Willow. Willow. Look. Oh, goodness. Mix it. Well, see, I know. I love the taste of cream cheese by itself, unless it's in unless you do what the cream cheesecake. But
I
I
can't
like
pronounce that person's name. XSH above one of what Willow
Hey,
said.
Mary. Good morning, Mary Pelletier. All right, Xshydovex. That's MawMaw.
Oh, okay.
That's MawMaw. See, I like just the cream cheese with Ritz, or just cream cheese. I'll just cut a piece of it and just eat it. But the jelly on that, you saw me standing alone. Oh, goodness, Willow. She is on it this morning. She is on it. Well, that's okay. We had a whole discussion in the back room this morning. Sandy was on. Let me see. We did have Lizz come in. Lizz was on. Denise was in. Sandy was in, Sonia was on, so we had a full crew in the back room. But then, they all had to get some sleep. They all had to get some sleep, and usually Denise fights it on out, but today was too bad. Yeah, Sonia's in the dark now. He's gonna tell you like he used to tell me, get out of the dark. So it's his fault, you guys. It's his fault for all this.
So I need to go back into the lounge room, I think. Do you really need to see everything anyway, Dwayne?
I think he likes to see when you smile.
Yeah.
Dwayne reads faces and expressions, and he doesn't like when we're sad.
Yeah.
And he believe me, he knows the difference. And he'll be one too that if I'm pushing, he'll pushing myself when I'm had enough. He'll send me a message. Get off. Shut it down. Shut it down. Not showing everything, but her.
I knew something would come out of that. After I said it, I realized.
No, she's not. Willow is.
Yeah.
It's great now. It's Willow. And the other day it was John. I mean, hugging MawMaw right out of the shower. John. I mean, John. You have to get John, Dwayne, because he was kind of. I heard MawMaw was on while I was in the shower. I'd come out and show her some love. Okay, I wasn't gonna say nothing until somebody said it for me in the chat, and I was like, they said it, not me. You guys, we need our Sonia to laugh. We need our Sonia to laugh, and yes, she does need our prayers, as does Siyosa. We also Tony is grayscale paintings. His cousin, which used to babysit him, passed the big C, which is different than the other that used to be. Our Chris, I don't know if you've met Chris yet, Siyosa, but Chris is going tomorrow for them to do a liver test on him. So he's young. We've adopted him. Him and his precious. What is her name? Oh, I know her name. Jasmine.
Jasmine,
yeah. Jasmine is his.
It's his baby.
Yeah, but it's his therapy. She's therapy for him. There he is. There's our Chris. So Chris goes, okay. So Siyosa, this is Chris. He goes tomorrow to have his liver tested.
Yep.
Friday, Sonia has to do a stress test and an echo.
That's Thursday.
Why did I put Friday? Okay. Dwayne, put your tongue back in. Look, I can't be getting on to Dwayne today. Dwayne has ammunition. I don't need Dwayne to do a meme of me. So, but look, Dwayne, we have to do like Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And with you and I, Dwayne, what happens in private chats remains in private chat. Unless it's a regular bean, then I can show that. Okay, it's in the vault. Fran, I'm glad to make you happy in the mornings. Willow, I can't get on to Dwayne for real. Sonya knows I can't get on to Dwayne for real today. It makes me think of that song, Ain't Misbehaving. Yeah, the old song, Ain't Misbehaving. I was misbehaving this morning.
Oh dear.
Okay, no, we can't tell Heather. Oh, or Kevin.
Or Kevin.
Look, it's nothing that Casey didn't see this morning. And Casey was like, Mom. I said, no, I'm not wearing that shirt. Look, I got one on. It says, you make me so happy. So everybody here, let me make it big. Everybody here.
Oh.
Everybody here makes me so happy. So now dip down again.
I think Dwayne and Mama need to go sit in the corner.
Oh. Dwayne wants to sit in the corner with MawMaw. Look, him and John done come up with the calendar. MawMaw is going to have her own pinup calendar for 2021, and they said to sell it for $19.99.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. MawMaw has to sport these. Who was? Oh, John wanted MawMaw to have these, and Dwayne wants her in the corner. So Dwayne says he knows I have props. Yes, please, Willow, go put some clothes on. Yeah, go put some clothes on. Dwayne. I said Dwayne.
I know who else makes you happy.
My precious baby, you have? Yes, she does. CCO, so that's our precious.
She makes everybody happy. She turns everybody from sad to happy.
I'm just trying to figure out in my head. Dwayne, that's torture sometimes. Dwayne, that's torture sometimes. That's a torture device that men came up with. It has to be.
Yeah, they're not comfortable at all.
No. That had to be made by a man. I mean, women would not have did that to other women. And what's the name of that? See, he's still there, my friend. He's still there. Victoria's Secret. Excuse me, Victoria. There is a big secret. It's only for, hey, Ben, you always come in right on time, Ben. Good morning. Her secret is only skinny women can feel good in any of their stuff. So that is Victoria's Secret. Now, you guys ain't got to pay all that money to go in there and figure out what Victoria's Secret is all about.
I love you too.
See? Kate, all right. Casey said, really, Victoria's Secret is she's a man.
Yeah.
See?
Maybe a woman should make something for a man.
I know. Grayscale, I do have a warning. It says, not for children, and that was the hardest thing in the world for me to do, was say my channel wasn't for children. But I, for 18 years and up, yes, it's okay. Yes. bras. I just
This-
I just know that I grew up in an era that we had to wear house coats to walk around with me being a kid.
Mm.
We had to wear house coats. Guys who walk around, and my brothers walk around in their PJs, but I had to put a house coat. They do in sports, Ben. They do in sports. I have to say that. So that's their own fault because they want to hit each other and do all that kind of stuff. But
My little princess.
yes, beautiful. Let me see. Look at her. I don't know what you're feeding her, but for her to be so glossy and her eyes shine that way.
Or it's the sunlight outside. It blashes on her.
Oh, I know it does. Judy. Judy. No, all right. The best way I could say when you're if you have a son and he has to play football, you would know what that is. That's what I'll say.
Isn't it the quote? Does it start with B?
Know what that is. Okay, Mama's back there laughing, so I had to. Then I said, "What if I'm not? I hope I'm muted." I was so afraid when I was hollering it to her.
Monique said, "Protection of man's part."
Yes.
Yes. We're not
Yeah.
allowed to say what it's called.
I didn't kind of say it like that. So when I said, "Oh my gosh, what if I'm not muted?" I was so glad I was.
We probably call something completely different here to what you do.
Let's not say that on live.
I mean,
Let's keep it that way.
look, in the 70s, when my sister finally moved out of my daddy's house, she knew it didn't matter. She could come by the house. She didn't have to. She did not. There was 2 pieces of undergarment she did not like. The only 2 pieces that we're supposed to wear. My dad would fuss at her every time. It didn't matter. She was making her own living, and she didn't have to pay him no attention. But she never did that. Yes, Willow. Yes. I mean, hey, if you have boys in sports, and Chris knows, if you have boys in sports, you have to know if they're in football what that is. I mean,
well, they wear them for cricket as well, and as a female, I know what it's like to cop a cricket ball there, and it hurts. So I couldn't imagine what it'd be like for a male.
yeah. So, yeah. So my dad, my sister just went her life with, not having to worry about those.
What?
Oh goodness, Neville. Okay. Neville, I'll put a warning. Don't scroll up. I'll put that warning, especially if you scroll from the bottom up. Like if you go from like me, read from the bottom up, you'll be like, how did they get on that?
Well, we started talking about bras, and then it kind of went from there.
Yeah, because Dwayne told her what to do. Neville, might have been good that your internet went down. Your internet went down, and it was like, Neville, you don't want none of this fooling us. Boop, we could just boop you off, so you will be part of this. I don't even know how we got here. I don't know. I don't. It seems that when Chris came in.
It did go south.
It's Chris's fault. Chris came in and it all went crazy.
Hey. Hey, you put me on the spotlight.
Yeah,
Come on.
It's all Willow's fault. It's all Willow's fault. And Don,
A single cup.
You got hit in the collarbone with a collarbone.
ooh,
Ouch.
oh no. Well, painful. Just think,
Yeah,
just
that would be painful. Like,
Oh,
I know
yeah.
what it's like with a
Most-
cricket ball.
Most definitely.
happy
Ouch.
Tuesday, Anamora. Happy Tuesday.
Well, look what Ben said. If it tore Lisa's shell, it is naked or homeless.
Both. Both. Ben, I'll give you an update. Update on my daughter. When was it? Friday night, Saturday night. She was picked up for FTA, failure to appear last year. So
Here's the question of the day.
as far as I know, she's still there. So I just want to give you a quick update, and it's like I kind of hope she is still there. I don't have to worry. Please don't make me feel like I don't know. I don't know, Dwayne. That I've been asked that question before, and now I just say, I don't have to worry about either one. Okay, so see, Neville knows why that piece of equipment is very important. Very important.
Because woman has what? Onyx says because woman has two.
Funny that.
Run, Will. Run real fast. I love you, Will. I love you. That's I love Will. But Will, you want to run real fast. If Grayscale's saying that, what's happened to this screen? Because he comes in and I don't know where it started. No, it's fine. It is fine to get serious for a minute. All of you guys still pray for my daughter. Hey, Denise A. Yeah, Pat, blame it on me. Thank you. Ben, because I know where she's at. They have her in, what is it? Where she's by herself.
Isolation.
So they have,
Isolation.
Isolation. I heard her dad called here, and I heard her dad tell him that he said, you had it made. Why did you walk away? But anyway, Will, we just got on the Willow. That's where it started. Willow got out of the shower. Dwayne told her how to dress. That's what happened, I think. I think that's what started. That's what.
Oh. Man, Jasmine, you'd like to come into my on up here too. Nope, she fussed again with her mouth open.
No. Right, you said you're reading at bottom.
Look, Tracy just in the kitchen said, God said y'all need to stop talking about lingerie. He thought me clear. He thought me clear off the internet.
Your mother was open again.
Was it? It was.
Yeah. Wasn't it, Sonia?
It was.
Look, do I need to start talking like this? I can do the ventriloquist.
Oh,
Oh,
we got fun sometimes on here, don't we?
aw. Well, Will, how is it? MawMaw done snagged a picture of me, how I looked, however I looked when I was. I said, that's okay. I got a video. Me and Casey did a video of her not being asleep in front of her computer. We got that in lockup. We can unlock that one, MawMaw. Will, are you seeing as many people okay with you coming in the houses? You guys, Will does cable. He has to go in different people's houses and all that. Crawling on the floor, probably crawling around in crawl spaces to do the internet, telephones and stuff. So, Will, how's work going? Is it back to normal? Are you seeing in Ohio? You guys, Will is the reason I bought our foodie. He sure is. And I haven't been using it as much, Will. Oh, I did the other day. When I cooked my Brunswick stew. Oh, Neville said they had thunderstorms.
Yeah, we're expecting them tomorrow.
Here in Alabama, looking out there right now, all I see is like the gray color, not blue, but the gray color, like overcast, I guess you call it. But the other day, I did take a pack of chicken thighs that were still froze, put them in that foodie frozen, and I think for 16 minutes at the most, pressure cooking, they were done. So they were done. So that was a big thing off that I didn't have to do. We took the Boston butt. My husband bought one that had been smoked, and he called me. He said, "You want it sliced or chipped?" I said, "Chip," because whatever's left we can do Brunswick stew. So that was the easiest Brunswick stew I've ever had to make. Okay, no, not that one. Okay. Oh, well, you guys always pray for Will as he because he has go through a lot of houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dwayne, Sandy sent us a picture of it, snow, I think it was this thick on top of her bench.
Where we've got 30-degree heat. I think it's 27 still now.
Oh, he said for you, Sonia, it would be -2 Celsius.
Yes, that's cold. Well, we do get that. But being in the middle of summer, actually, it's not even summer. It's 23 degrees at the moment.
Oh, that's amazing. That is amazing, Ben. That is some good news. We love to hear good news. We'll pray for you guys, and we love praise reports too. So that
cool.
Yeah, grayscale. So used to it would be an all day thing making that Brunswick stew because I used a huge pot. So I would use 5 pounds hamburger meat. I would take a whole Boston butt, and then big old pack of chicken, and it would take all day to make. But this time,
Yeah.
it was a big difference. Casey said he always says it. He always says the always the best ever, but he says this was. Oh yes, you guys. Yes, she had to have surgery to get. She broke a rod. So Denise had a rod in her back. Well, it broke. You guys,
Ouch.
Denise A. So she had to have surgery to get the broken rod out. So yes, so you guys remember.
See, 77 to me is not warm. It's beautiful.
So yes, you
Sorry,
guys.
on.
No, that's fine. We talk about, hey, Pat's on the wheel, so we can talk about.
Yeah, no, that sounds painful.
You guys, last night, MawMaw didn't even know it. Let's see. Last night, Kevin was so sleepy early on, so he told me, he said, well, go ahead and say prayers because I'm about to go to sleep. So about the time that I was doing prayers, I could hear MawMaw in the bedroom, and I guess Casey had just got her to the bed. But when she all of a sudden going from sitting up to her laying on her bed, it hurts.
Yeah.
It really does. So I heard her cry out in pain, and MawMaw didn't know I did, but I said a prayer. I said a prayer for her right then. And you guys always pray that God will continue to give Casey the strength to help MawMaw. So,
Yeah.
I pray for everybody, a blanket prayer for all you guys out here. I thank God for our home, and I thank God for Kevin, but I say especially when for MawMaw, I say when for MawMaw, then I say God, I said I pray for Casey, mind, body, and spirit, and for his strength to continue to help MawMaw. So,
Yeah.
But I like when I hear them back there laughing, and I do. So,
Yeah,
in saying that, Denise, MawMaw had back surgery before, so she understands. Not the rod part, but she understands back pain all the way down. Let me see. It's 71 here now. But we're going, thunder, it's saying it's supposed to be thunder showers right now. So,
well, Neville's is saying 33 degrees, which is 91, later today, and we're expecting the same with thunderstorms later.
yeah, that's why Casey said he went outside, which is 71, or he said, Mom, I wonder why he's messing with the air. He said, Mom, I caught a chill walking back in the house. You better take that thing up because that box, because I know he went outside and then when he come back in, the temperature was different. But hey, if I'm not cold, then it's not cold.
I hate the cold.
I rather my room be cold and let me cover up. I can't sleep with dry heat on, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it does.
But last night I thought I was having a hot flash. But now I sleep with the blanket I bought. One side feels almost like it could be wool, like soft sheep wool, lamb's wool. But the other side feels like a mink coat, so soft. But I sleep with that next to me because of, I guess, my fibro. I like something soft.
Yep.
But Bailey was sleeping on me. And I wonder why I was having a hot flash. And I was like laying there doing this. And Keegan said, "What's wrong?" I said, "I'm having a hot flash." Then all of a sudden I realized Kit was laying on me here.
Mm.
Bailey was laying on me. And between the two of their heat, I thought I was having a hot flash.
You're all sharing body heat.
Oh, Denise. Agree. Yes,
Oh,
it's easier to
ouch.
cool down than to warm up. So I tried. What I did was I just threw the cover back on Bailey, all of it on Bailey, and threw one leg out this way, like this way, and then Kit, I kept pushing until she got off of me.
I agree, Ben. Like after tomorrow, after a hot day or warm day and thunderstorms, then we got cold weather again. I'd wish it'd make its mind up too.
I'm looking forward to the cool. I'm looking forward to where we can cut the unit off like we did when it was busted, and it busted at a good time. Did it not, MawMaw? It busted right when it was going from summer into spring, or
Autumn,
yeah,
fall for you.
yeah, it came from cold. I don't know. Anyway, it broke at a good time, and we were able to open the windows and keep them open, and it felt so good. And Mama said it was autumn, so that was the lowest I think that the utility bill had been in 30 years. But it could have been worse. It has broken down. It broke down one time, and it was 90 something degrees in the house. Now I don't do the conversion. Dwayne, what's the conversion if it's 91 to what?
91. By what I was just reading, 91 is 33 degrees here.
No, 71 is 33. No.
I'm reading what Neville put up.
Yeah. Oh, Neville. There he goes. So, yeah, it was 91 in the house. It was awful. I mean,
that's warm for a house.
Yes. It was like so bad, and I was worried because MawMaw's room is extra insulated back there, and I was worried. So we got somebody come out real quick, and he's the one that we used to do our unit when it went all the way down. Hi, Jonathan. Good morning.
That reminds me, I need to cut the utility bills and the gas bill off the house.
Yeah. Judy, all of ours adds together where we live. Garbage, the water, sewage, all of that is included. I like that better because when I lived right across the bridge into the other tiny city, you would have to go pay your electric bill one place, you'd have to pay your gas one place, your water somewhere else. So
that's what we're like.
Yeah, so I like
it's annoying.
it better. It used to be people complained about where we live, everything being so high, but it kind of went sky high in the other places. But Jonathan, we've kind of covered everything from top to bottom today. We have pretty much. All right, so I'm trying to add it up, Dwayne. Oh, you have natural gas. All right, so 205, 250. So about 250. Yes, Ben, a lot of bottom. Yes, Dwayne, Willow.
With yeah.
Guys,
I'm gonna bite my tongue.
you guys gonna make Grayscale leave me. Grayscale comes in. I don't know. A lot of times I think Grayscale's gone, and then we say something, and he pops back in there. So, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then Ben comes in at strange times. I'm like, oh my gosh. It didn't start out that way. Just your power is about $100 a month.
We pay 150 a fortnight
Ben,
for power, or did, and we pay about 50 a fortnight for gas. And our water has become expensive.
yes, Ben. Yes, Ben. All right. I used to say this. I said, if I were not a Christian and I was going to open a business, because where I work, before all the ladies started having weight loss, before we all started getting weight loss surgery, I told them, I used to tell my husband, the kids, I said, we could open up if we opened up a strip joint, it would be, we could do one that said thick chicks, because I worked with a lot of thick chicks. And believe me, on the weekends, they didn't care. So I said it could be called thick chicks, and you'd have to be thick. Yeah.
Oh, you're lucky, Neville, because they don't do that here in Victoria for government housing.
I think they do that here, Neville.
They don't do it in Victoria.
And here it could be state to state, because I don't know. Like in our small area, we have a lot of places that's government housing, but it's like 2-story, not like in the big cities where it's like I would feel suffocated if I were to be, if there was like a 40-story high apartment, government housing, and if I was like midway, I would get claustrophobic being there.
Well, the ones they have here in Victoria that are like, I don't know, 80 stories high. They're really dark and dingy.
Oh, see,
Really, yeah. I couldn't do it. They're bang smack in the middle of the city, though.
I lived in apartments, and that was in Atlanta, but that was only 2-story. And I was on the upper part, so even our friends lived on the lower part. That wasn't too bad. I got along with my neighbors. But okay, Neville says joined single story pairs. Okay.
Yeah, I used to many years ago live in a place that was 2 stories, and I was upstairs, and the people were underneath me, and there was a group, like there was 4 of us, like there was me up top, then another person up top, and then 2 people down the bottom, and there was probably 12 units like that through housing, and they were okay. They were actually refurbished from World War II, and they were big. Yeah, they were really big and nice. But when I went to visit my friend in the one that's like 80 stories high, there's no natural light. They're dark and they're dingy.
That's kind of, we haven't, We have not. All right, we got the new addition. I painted the kitchen before I had neck surgery, and it needed
Mm.
really another coat on the ceiling, probably a couple more coats on the ceiling. I kind of did different things in this room. I know it looks kind of, I call it my crazy room. I just have different walls painted different ways and different things because, this is just my
Mm.
creativity. But I like the kitchen being the brighter green. When I had my daycare house, there's one room that was a powder blue color. Another room that I had for the daycare kids, that room I did a mural all in there.
Mm.
Then in the kitchen was a bright yellow color. So over there was all brightness. And over here, things had not been painted in so long. So I didn't get around to painting. I painted some of the ceiling, but
Mm.
my body gave out before I could paint the rest of it, and nobody else likes to paint.
Yeah,
I love to paint.
I'm gonna.
I find it relaxing.
I'm
Yes,
gonna.
yes,
Even though you're painting a wall, it's still relaxing.
yes. Um, okay, I'll read the verse of the day. Now, faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Hebrews 11:1. That's right, Mama. Mama just reminded me I did, um, oh my gosh, forever ago. I come relax at your house. Mama's ceilings are not as high in her room, so I forget what the ruse was that Karen kept her for the weekend. And I painted her bedroom, painted the ceiling and everything. And hers is a blue, her because she loves blue. Mama loves blue. So I did. I painted her bedroom, and I forgot about that. We made curtains out of sheets, I think, that matched the because she loves Indian stuff. So yeah, we put her some shelves up in there, and when she come
Well,
home, everything
I'm
was
gonna head
painted.
out. I love you guys.
Love you, Chris.
Love you too, Chris.
Keep giving you guys' prayers for tomorrow, okay?
Yep.
I feel very confident about tomorrow, Chris.
Alright. I love you guys. Have a good
Love
day.
you too.
You want to say goodbye, Jasmine?
Goodbye, Jasmine.
She loves you guys. Alright, love you guys. Take care.
Love you, Chris.
Love you, Chris.
Love you guys too.
Denise, you guys, please, please keep Denise in your prayers.
Yep.
Denise, that pinching back pain was why I didn't get up for a long time yesterday. But I did. I just felt a different calling on my heart yesterday. I did. I felt
Yep.
I felt a pull, and I didn't understand it till I got up out of the bed. Oh, but that happens sometimes, and we do get silly on here. We do, because sometimes a lot of us have so much going on at home that is sad. And there is a lot of sadness going on and a lot of things.
Mm.
But one of the things that we can do, if we can laugh or make somebody laugh or smile, especially in the situation that Sonia's in right now, and the
Yeah.
situation Mama's in right now,
Yeah.
Mama, if I hear her and Casey back there laughing, that is a good thing to hear because Mama's in a lot of pain. All right, Judy, thank you. I am so glad that you got to take up some time with Mama because all of that helps, every bit of it. You guys, MawMaw has in October, she had more loss than a mom and a sister should have to have within about 3 weeks of one another. And then her health.
Yeah.
So, so for MawMaw to be able to laugh and us to be crazy when we go in the bathroom and help the way we do, you guys just pray Casey don't ever drop her in the bathroom when we get to be too crazy and silly. But
yeah,
silly helps. Sometimes Casey looks at me like, oh, and I'm like, what? I mean, him looking at me that way is scary. I'm just saying. But and MawMaw sometimes would be like last night. We don't know what she was saying. We never couldn't figure it out. And Casey got laughing. I'm like, did you already give her medicine for the night? And he was like, no. MawMaw, did you eat the cookies? No. And we're like, where is this coming from? But you guys, we do. Kevin, when he comes home tired, he wants to rest. He don't want all the he don't want all the craziness going on. So we're way back in the extra part now, the new edition. The fan's going and we can laugh all we want back there. We can shut the door and he don't have to hear us. But thank you guys for this morning helping us get our laugh on. And yes, prayers for all those in need. And panties and bras. Those are acts of, those are just like t-shirts and breeches. Those are things that we buy and use. And we can be, sometimes we can act like little kids talking about it.
Yep.
Oh, Ben asked $1 million question, you guys. I put it this way. He showed a picture of a dump truck body, the back of a dump truck that they have made. And he had Dar get after him. And then he had Sandy get after him, Ben. But workers' comp's dragging his heels. And workers, I can say that because you know what? They don't know my imaginary friend name, which is Marcus. They're dragging their heels about getting him in to see what doctor they're going to let him see. But the one they sent him to begin with told them he has to have surgery. So now they're dragging their heels to find who's going to fix it. So I've seen that he has had his sling on all day. So, but he's overusing his right arm. And if you overuse the other arm to compensate, the other one is going to get weak.
Yep.
I know that for a fact. Because my right shoulder got to hurt me so bad after my shoulder surgery.
You lose muscle tone.
I thought, but the doctor told me no. My right shoulder was fine. So I guess my right shoulder was having sympathy issues. Well, Ben, that's what they said. It has to be the doctors that they decide on. I didn't think that either. But undoubtedly here. Now, the surgeon he went to, the orthopedic surgeon, he doesn't do spines, but he does legs, hips, shoulders, arm, bones. That's who did my shoulder surgery. He's great. But he doesn't do the soft tissue, I guess, the ligaments and such. So they had to find somebody. They supposedly had to find somebody. Ben, if they don't get right on it, I will have to talk to somebody. But Kevin can't downplay it. He can't go to a doctor and say, "Well, I don't want surgery," because this doctor told him straight out, told him like it was. He does not mince words. He told him straight up, "Well, you can go and not have surgery. I'm just going to let you know that you're going to lose usage of that arm, and if it's not fixed, it would be permanent." And after talking to my sister, that said when she used to work in the cotton mill, that she leaned the way she was a weaver. And I know that if anybody looks up cotton mill weave machines, you'll see what she had to do. But she stood on her tiptoes to have to do some stuff. And she felt something. She felt like a bee stung her, or she was bit. And she said it felt just like a bee sting. And she went to the nurses station back then. And of course, it swelled up and had heat to it. So they put alcohol. Well, she never knew why it would hurt like that. So years later, she's just here recently. And my sister's been out of the mill now for, gosh, they shut it down years and years ago. So now here she is, 60. I'm 50. I'm having to think now. I'm 56. She's 63. And she finally went to the doctor and asked why it swells like that. And they took all the x-rays. They said, "Did you ever snap one of your tendons?" And she said, "I don't think so." They said, "Well, you would have known." And then she went back all the way back to probably when she was 18, 19. And she told them what happened. And they said, "Well, there's nothing we can do. You will suffer from tendonitis from now on. There's going to be times it's going to swell up. It's going to do that." So when I told her about, she ain't going to, it ain't good night, Neville. She might need to lay down. But so she told me to tell Kevin, do not let it go. And I said, "Good. You called it a good time. I'll tell him about it." But yeah, I better get off here. It is about that time that MawMaw needs to take a nap because she's been up early. She was awake when I woke up. She said, yes, she does. So everybody give MawMaw the hugs and loves. And Anthony, I can't even highlight that one. I love you. I love you, Tony. I love you, Tony. Oh, yes, run as fast as you can.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for all the laughs, the fun, the prayers.
Yep.
And, like I said, a lot of people out there, a lot of sadness. And if we could give somebody a smile in spite of what's going on in their lives. So
yep.
I say goodbye. Let me think. God bless you, your world, your family. Those that have lost people, pray for their families. And until in the morning, I'm praying I'll be back on in the morning first thing. So love and hugs, you guys.